A dangerous journey, a new adventure, love against all odds. No, this isn't the latest Hallmark movie. It's the story of John Alden and Priscilla Mullins. We went on the local scene to Duxbury to visit playwright Sydney Blake, who wanted to tell the story of her ancestors in a new way.
In my desk, which I hadn't cleaned in many, many years, I found an old family tree that was actually from my husband's family, and it showed that his ancestors go back to the Mayflower, to John Alden and Priscilla Mullins. And I was like, whoa, wow, this is really cool. And I'm a writer. I used to write TV comedy. So I thought, maybe I should write about this. And I thought, now the Pilgrims, everybody thinks the Pilgrims are these staid, rigid, people wearing black hats with buckles and all that, at least the men. And I thought they couldn't have really been that, quite like that. Weren't they like real human beings? So I did a ton of research, and I came up with a comedy called Young Pilgrims. And it's because the characters are all basically young adults, as they were on the Mayflower. John Alden was 21, Priscilla was 18, and the others were 19, 20, one was 14, that age. So that's basically how it came about.
Priscilla.
Well, that's a lovely name. It suits you. Where are you from?
You said you'd go away.
Sorry, I forgot. Well, it was nice meeting you, Priscilla. I'm sure we'll meet again. It's a small ship.
And it's about how this poor, illiterate carpenter who worked on the Mayflower, named John Alden, really fell for this pilgrim, this very, proper pilgrim young woman, and how hard it was for him to have actually get to know her, get her to like him. Their courtship basically took the entire Mayflower trip, and it also involved their friends, their friend group. And it's all about how John pursues Priscilla all the way to the New World.
Priscilla is a saint?
Priscilla is not a saint, but her family supports them. They want to rid the church of popery.
Popery? You mean those herbs and spices that smell nice?
Nay, John, the Catholic pope!
Don't Gilbert. You understand me better when you've known me a while.
The ship is traveling so slowly, I'm sure we'll be old friends before it lands.
How did I hear about Young Pilgrims? I heard about it on Backstage, which I'm sure you've heard before. It's just a casting website where there's a bunch of open auditions, and I found this one and I applied for it. This is an important story to tell because it feels at first, you start to watch it and it feels like silly and it's all these kids, and even though it's this massive historical event, but then you realize that these characters are actually kids, and they have childish thoughts and they make childish jokes, and that's what these real people on the Mayflower were doing. So it sets the whole major historical event into an interesting perspective. I play Gilbert Winslow. He is the know-it-all comic relief character, always trying to. He's a big flirt, but a very unsuccessful flirt, I would say. It doesn't really work out for him in the end.
The first time we did it in New York City, and we got a great review from the New York Times, which made me think, yes, this is a good play, and yes, it should be done somewhere. And we thought, what better place than Plymouth, or at least near Plymouth. They liked it very, very much, as did the reviewer from the Times. And it was also touching because it's not 100% comedy, because as you know, half of the Pilgrims died. So it wasn't, all laughs. So part of the play is very moving.
Well, at first I was like, oh, Pilgrims, this is interesting. But then I was just looking at the role and I was like, this fits me pretty good. I play Mary Chilton. Well, she was the first person to step off the Mayflower. She's a 13-year-old girl, and she's just having a rough time.
I played John Alden. He's like the Priscilla Mullins is his love interest, and they kind of develop a thing during the play. John Alden is one of the uneducated people of the ship. Like, he's not very pious. He's a carpenter, and he's very confident in a lot of things that he says, even if he doesn't know what he's saying. And that's one of the things that I have a lot of fun with about his character. If it weren't for the Pilgrims, then I don't think I would really be here. Not just the play, but like in America as a whole. And I think it's definitely an interesting take about the Mayflower, because whenever you watch plays about Pilgrims, it's always like very serious, but this is a romantic comedy, so it's very different.
Oh, I want to take it everywhere. I want to take it to England, to the Plymouth there, the places there, and Holland where they came from, and I'm hoping it'll go to actually universities and colleges as well as theaters, because it's history. It's part of our history, and it's the only way you're going to learn it through comedy. So I'm hoping, everywhere. Just, it's wonderful being here. I live in New York, and Duxbury has been just a lovely, wonderful place, Duxbury and Plymouth. We've made friends here. The people are so nice. The scenery's beautiful. Couldn't have chosen a better place to be. And the people really like the play. They've really, really liked it. The audiences have grown and grown and grown. And it's been just a great experience.
I think that if I say come see Young Pilgrims, they're gonna think it's boring, but trust me, it's not. It's really funny.
I just hope they have a good time, because we're always having fun on stage, and it's always a lot more fun when we know the audience is enjoying it and getting a lot of laughs out of it.
I hope the audience takes away from this play, overall, just honestly a good time. I hope, first and foremost, I think they should enjoy themselves, laugh at some of the jokes, and then, again, just kind of realize that this massive historical moment was really just a bunch of kids who didn't know where they were going, didn't know what was going to happen to them there, and didn't know what was, waiting for them. And then it, turned out to be this historical event.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button before you go. We'll see you next time.